Hi, I'm Rebecca and welcome to my channel where I'm learning to play the violin again after walking away from it 25 years ago. Today I'm going to tackle yet again the #1 challenge of getting back into shape as a violinist, and that is the finger. If you stick around until the end, I'll take a shot at playing a piece that's going to help me work up the finger. This will be the 5th Brandenburg Concerto by Bach. I'm just going to play a little bit of it and I'm going to make my first run at it and figure out what I need to do to work it up. All right, so the one thing I do know is that I've lost an awful lot of strength, and violinists build a lot of strength in this hand. So what do you do to get something very isolated? You finger Pilates? No. If only we could do something like this. So what's the first thing I did? Well, obviously, I checked for real violin teachers on YouTube. So here's Heather Broadbent, who's, unlike me, is a real violin teacher, and let's see what she has to say. Let me see if I heard that right. Yes, I double checked it, and it was 163 pages, 167 pages of book 1 of 3 on the finger. I mean, I don't know if I've given you this impression. Perhaps I have from time to time, but yes, violin training, and indeed all of classical music, occasionally veers over into excess. That said, I'm sure her book is fantastic, and I will absolutely link this video in the links below. All right, so one of the things that she did say that the name kind of rang a bell, it was Shradieck. It's like, Shradieck, I know that. It's like, oh yes, I have that. In fact, when I pulled this out of the shed, I pulled all my music out of the shed, it was like, Shradieck, I think I remember that. What was that? And it's like, oh, I know what that was. It's the trilling. Days and hours and hours and days and months and years in your sleep. But you know what? I picked this thing up and it started waking me up. It started bringing this hand back to life. All right, so now that I've got a good idea of what I have to do here to think about the 4th finger, why don't I get that violin out and take my first run at the Bach and see what we've got here. Before I start, I want to talk about the book that I'm playing from. This is something I found is called 101 Classical Themes for the Violin. And when I was shopping for books to play from, this one struck me because it was full of 3-star reviews. It had been bombed down by violin teachers in the upper Midwest who complained because it was too easy. And I looked at that and I said, perfect, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm stuck in this place where my playing level is kind of lower intermediate, but I have the memory of having been an advanced player. So it's been kind of hard to bridge that gap, as we saw with that disaster with La Traviata. Anyway, well, why don't I settle in and try to play? Okay, so let's see what we've got here. This is not going to be very good. Let's try that again. Oh, let's try that again. Okay, clearly we've already got some shifting problems, some 4th finger problems. I'm not going to belabor this anymore. I've got a lot of work to do. Okay, so I've seen enough here to know that this is going to be a good piece to challenge the skills that I need to put in place, and it's not going to overburden my system the way the last piece did. Check in next week. I'm going to spend a week, I hope it's a week, working up this piece. I do kind of a rolling video of the progress of putting a piece together, and I hope you'll join me for that. With that, we always love to have new subscribers here. Everyone is welcome here. Also, down in the links, I've written an essay. This essay is about how playing Bach is an awful lot like trying to run social media platforms and work that system to your advantage. Also, I have a newsletter. If you want to keep track of the essays, keep track of the videos, that kind of thing, please sign up. I've got a link right down there. So with that, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you again soon.